cognitive mathematics. His lectures were known to leave students in tears, on the verge of mental transcendency. Yet the subject of his teachings are outside the scope of today's question. We must respect the process. If anyone wishes to know what the charismatic mathematician actually taught, simply ask, and I will answer in a later installment of Ask a Vicar.
Keep put, much is left to come. Warning. The following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
We were once two separate boys. We had no connection till the day of the order gave us no direction. Then we were parallel lines, traveling into infinity, never to meet, yet in such close proximity. And then one day our eyes did meet, and fate set into motion that telltale surge of dopamine, and increased oxytocin.
Investigating hostile intentions.
Not giving up without help, Commander! Knew you had my back.
Quantity of x squared plus y squared minus 1 to the power of 3, all to the power of 3 equals x squared.
Mobilizing. Backing squad.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Torpedoer is charged. Target analyzed. Lay down.
And I'll take care of him, Commander. The idea is to kill them before you die.
Adversary vulnerability identified.
Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. Though our current cordiality with Auntie's choice continues to hold, remain certain that every department stands united and ready should conflict recommence. The precision of our air defenses against low-flying craft, augmented by our Sears technology combined with the deft skills of our exemplars. This keen partnership not only forced our rapacious rivals to drop supplies from high orbit, it sent their ground troops scampering into scattered lines of hastily dug trenches. So much for their baseless conjecture that bookish theoreticians, a tidy paraphrasing of their colorful invective, couldn't hold their own on the battlefield.
In closing, a potentially incongruent word of advice. Invariably find a way to turn your negatives into positives.
And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmythe, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this basically textbooks in remedial numismatics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago. Prime number. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times. Once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than n, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even. Uplifting. Almost ascendant, you could say. But not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked, why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number.
Anyway, sure.
Wait, you ask. What good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, how should I say, practical applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numismatics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this. Is every even member of the set n2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so. But no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify.
Healthy food can be grown in soil, but even healthier food can be grown in a laboratory. 100% Fabwich. Our Fabwich packaging is as airtight as any proved by the charismatic mathematician.
From the Order of the Ascendant. A roguish comical remark discovered upon a chalkboard. Mantisaur Transcendent counts the most. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are
I'll handle this. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
I have a mitigating the threat, taking the fight out of them. Combatant scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Knew you had my back.
Does not compute. If all matter has mass, and thus exerts attraction, could I bear love's weight and measure, or be crossed beneath abstraction? Can I calculate truth or assumption? With love fitting a constant function. Love does not compute. The variables seem infinite. Love does not compute. It's both clear and ambivalent. Love does not compute.
Can't have our fearless leader fire. Anyway, sure.
Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute.
On this electrifying episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry, we travel well outside our zone of academical comfort to an objectively and verifiably shocking moonscape, where things go chomp and zap in the perpetual night. Experience a surge in stimulation as we visit Praetor, an inhospitable planetoid only made marginally habitable by our grounding station and electrical dispersion rods. The Elysium moon Praetor is as fascinating to the mind as it is mortiferous to the body. tidally locked in Elysium's shadow, Praetor suffers a distinct deficit of direct daylight. This unique astronomical arrangement bombards Praetor's surface with low-level N-rays, resulting in a shocking level of atmospheric electricity. I will now pause for a moment to let you appreciate my intentional pun. Available for review in this episode's transcripts.
Seems like a bad sign.
You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter. Over here! Free hole in the head!
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Fortificator at ready status. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Come soon, but I'm not ready.
Fortification in progress. They're benumbed. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Backward to any rod in the network. A convenient method to terminate any hostile life forms poking around where they are unwanted. One quick jolt, and they're off to the hereafter. Simply an intriguing possibility to consider as you mull the many fascinating facts behind the Praetor grounding station. Objectively, a notable location of scientific inquiry.
Peer review of this episode reveals that the subterranean grounding network is in fact 307.51 miles of wire instead of 307.47 miles as originally reported.
Resorting to violence. Batten stand. Moving target.
I'm at it.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Commander, watch your vitals.
Standing.
Take the charge.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Anyway, sure. Oh. You plan on conjuring ammo from the Aether, we ought to get the crafting some.
Hostilities are afoot.
Not walking this off. Stand me back.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Over here.
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
Things take time, Commander.
Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the threat. Combatant scared.
Give the order.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Mobilizing.
You sure do go through ammo, don't you? Not to worry. We can always craft us more.
Hey, damage-prone daredevil. You're getting battered and bruised, brutally battling Auntie's enemies. So we're honoring your sacrifice by winning the war